Hello chess lovers, Suren here, and I would like to share with you a very impressive king hunt by American chess grandmaster Michael Rohde. His opponent is a Hungarian-born American chess grandmaster Zsuzsa Polgar. The game was played in 1992 at Reshevsky Memorial. Michael Rohde had white pieces and he started with c4, English opening e5 by Polgar, knight c3, knight c6, knight f3. The main move is knight f6, but Polgar played f5, which leads to very sharp variations: d4, e4, knight g5, h6, knight h3 and g5. Black is playing very aggressively, advancing on the king side, but of course this is creating too many weaknesses in black's camp. Knight g1, bishop g7, e3, knight f6. If we have a look at the position, white has some problems in developing his pieces. That's why h4 was played. White is trying to grab more space and also is trying to weaken black's king side. King f7, a very interesting and controversial move by Polgar. Knight h3, already the pawn on g5 square is under attack, and we see king g6. This is just insane, guys. Look at this king marching towards the g6 square. f3, with the intention of creating more and more weaknesses in black's camp. Queen e7, f takes e4, knight takes e4, and we see the exchange of knights on e4 square. Bishop d3, allowing queen takes g2, and here we go, bishop takes f5. This is just crazy. What's going on? White is just luring away black king from that safe g6 square and is starting a very dangerous king hunt. Rook f1 check, king e6. Well, if king g6, then queen d3 can be very unpleasant. If king h5, then knight f4 can be played. If g takes f4, then queen f5 check, and soon black king is getting checkmated. And then queen f4 check. If king h1, then rook h4, king g1, bishop d2. Now white is going to castle queen side, and if a move like just a random move, if bishop e5, then white can castle queen side, and then queen takes f1 checkmate. That's why after rook f1 check, king e6 was played. Queen h5. What is interesting at this point, the engine is evaluating the position as equal and is suggesting queen g3, but queen g3 wasn't played. Instead we see knight e5 in the game. Well, let's have a look. What if queen g3, then white can play king e2, then bishop takes d4, e takes d4, knight takes d4 check, king d2, king d6. Though white has a more preferable position, but of course this is going to be a very sharp game. One misstep and the game will be over. Both players have to be very careful. But after queen h5, knight e5 was played. D takes e5, bishop takes e5, queen f7 check, king d6. And now comes the rook f6 check, king c5. Of course, capturing on f6 can be very dangerous, because after queen takes f6 check, king c5, white can play b4 check, and then the rook is coming, and then queen c3 with mating threats. And if black tries to give some checks, then white can defend successfully. Knight f2, and it's over. There are no more checks and black king is getting checkmated. That's why after rook f6 check, king c5 was played. Again, b4 is coming, now b4 check, bringing the king on b4 square, and then the bishop is joining the attack with a check. King a3, c5, white is opening up queen's diagonal and is threatening mate in 1. d5, both blocking the queen's diagonal, also opening up the bishop's path. C takes d6, white captures en passant, bishop g3 check. Now black will try to give some checks. Queen h1 check, king e2, bishop g4 check, king d3. Look at this. Both players are hunting each other's king, but it turns out that actually white is managing to defend his king properly, and the only one who is in trouble is black. Bishop d1, black is covering the b3 square. Here comes bishop c1 check, king a4, queen c4 check, king a5, bishop d2 check, and finally Polgar resigned. If king b6, then rook b1 check, and then rook takes b3 checkmate. A very impressive game, I think. I hope that you enjoyed this crazy king hunt game. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave your comments. Good luck.